Well, hello dear diary. I'm Cheyenne, and this is May of 2022, about 5 p.m. If I'm not mistaken, it's 5:70, 17, yeah. And I feel like I'm using this diary as a tool to waste my time and to not pay attention to my calling, to the mission of finding my calling, or if there is a calling, or if it's just nonsense. And well, I've been distracting myself these days a lot on Discord, on sorry about that, on Discord and other social media. I think there is 2 days left for my ex-boyfriend to prove me wrong and make me a Muslim. So that won't be an issue after 2 days or 3 days. I think it was 2 days. And those are all the ways I'm wasting my time. I don't know why. I don't want to just focus and work on finding my calling. Like, even if I'm not doing it, even if I want to just refuse doing it, I can just go ahead and learn some selling skills so that I can use it later. I'll need it probably when my slavery is done. I'll probably be a salesman, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, I find it good. I like the idea of being a salesman in my dad's shop, because I'm gonna make a lot more money than a usual, let's say, governmental job. So I like that idea. Although it makes me think my friends who are going through UEE University entrance examinations. The one friend of mine who is good at studying, he's gonna be a doctor, and he is gonna make a lot more money than me. And I feel jealous, I think. I don't want to say I think he's better than me, because that's just a stupid thing to say. It's so childish to say someone's better than someone else. He's definitely better at studying shitty contexts. Like, I would be pretty filled up with hate pretty soon, but he can power through it. His willpower is pretty nice. Well, probably the strongest I've ever seen. Mine is so weak, and I'm working on it. I'm meditating every day now, in the morning mostly. If I can convince myself, I'll do it during the day too, and maybe at night. And I'm kind of challenging my willpower every now and then. For example, right now I'm holding this ring, plastic ring for fist exercise. I don't know what they call these. I think I've talked about this before, but there are holes in it. It's gonna break soon. Anyways, I did 2, and that's a practice of will. God, my right wrist hurts a lot. Fuck, I shouldn't be doing this. Okay, I put it away. And another topic that I want to talk about is it's been 31 days. It's been 31 days. That means I didn't record yesterday, but it's been 31 days off of YouTube things, YouTube shows, off of Jacksepticeye's channel, cartoons channel. First of all, I wanted to say Gabby Smollers, but I feel bad that I said so many times that I miss her. I feel bad. I feel like it's a sexual thing. It's not. I just miss her as a friend. I feel bad. Like, first of all, I said Jacksepticeye's channel because he's a guy, and no one can accuse me of having a crush on him. You know, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. Well, I'm kind of hetero flexible, so I could have a crush on him. I don't. But I think the problem is I question myself. Do I have a crush on the females that are around me? Or do I not? The problem is I don't know what a crush means. That's the main problem. I don't know what that means. If it means you wanna have sex with them, it's not what I want. Like, with anyone. Basically, I don't want to have sex. Wow, I'm a massive virgin, 19 years old, but I basically don't want to have sex. But also, if it means you want a romantic relationship with them, I also don't, because they have boyfriends. Of course I don't want that. Like, I hate cheating probably more than anything else in the world. I hate cheating so much. Like, when there's for example, the series Sex Education I was watching, and in the third season, there is a spoiler alert. There is a cheating scene, I think. Well, to my definition, it's cheating. And I hate it. I didn't watch. I stopped watching it. Like, from that point, I don't know what happens, and I probably will never watch the rest of it. And I'm not a person who just stops doing something, who just stops reading a book, or who just stops watching a series, even though I did that before. But I try my best to stick on and watch all through. But like, it was so disgusting. I can't handle it. So I hate cheating, and I don't want to be in a romantic relationship with those girls. They have boyfriends. So does that mean I don't have a crush on them? Congratulations, me. But I still feel weird to just talk about some, like, women, female friends. It's probably the past Muslim inside of me. It's probably the society that I'm in, that everything is single sex. We go to school, boys with boys, girls with girls. In the streets, you just don't walk up to a girl and talk to her. There is no bars in this country. And like, in restaurants, coffee shops, you usually don't walk up to someone. Like, if you know them before, you go there together, but you don't talk to the other sex. Like if you're in the car trying to go somewhere, you usually prefer not to ask a woman the directions. You'll probably try to ask a guy because you're a guy and everything is single sex in this society. And that's one reason I hate Iran. Wow. This is gonna go public. And oh my god. I hope they don't cut my head off. I want to publish this audio anyways, but I really hope they don't cut my head off. I just want to be myself. And myself hates this country. There we go. As I told you, well, fuck. Okay, this was a subject. It's been 31 days that I've been out of YouTube shows. And there was someone who said, like, be off your addiction for 30 days and see how it is. And yeah, I could do that. Congratulations, me. So last time we recorded, I said it was 29 days, so it means I didn't record yesterday. Yesterday was, well, again, a lot of wasting time. But there was some good parts in it. I did go, I did go to water polo practice. And I, like, what is the antonym of warming up? Like, after the practice, I warmed down. I cooled off. I stretch out after the practice, and my joints are doing a lot better. I hope this is why. My wrist hurts though, and this is... there was one time other than this that my wrist used to hurt. I don't know why it was, but I don't like it. I don't like it. It feels bad. My wrist is... well, everyone's wrist is a pretty practical thing. I don't want it to hurt. Anyways, I didn't record yesterday. And another thing, other than water polo practice, was learning more about the idea of a calling. Now, I watched a TED Talk about it, and it was fascinating. It was mind-blowing, life-changing, let's say. Now that you have an idea of what it was, the guy gave the example of his life, and it was pretty touching, I'd say. Now, his story was the greatest pain of his life was his father dying, and they were religious, and they had, I think, priests coming over to pray for, like, his cure, and the priests would tell the family that don't talk about death. If you do, Jesus won't do it for you. Jesus won't cure him. So they didn't. They just changed the subject every time, and he was holding his father's hand, and I don't know if he was talking to him or not, but he watched his dad die, and he was a teenager, and that was the biggest pain of his life. His father had cancer, and that's a lot. That's a lot to go through. Like, a person you love. I'm not in love with my family. If a family member of mine dies, If my sister dies, let's say, I would be pretty sad. If anyone else dies, I would be practical. What are we gonna do about it? If my mom dies, I'd be like, who's gonna cook and do the house chores? Probably me, but I'll do it. Like, it's not I'm complaining about it. I'm not complaining about it. I'll fucking do it. I'll learn how to do it. Like, it's a positive thing to learn to do things, and I think I'll take over. I'm not sure if they would let me to do that, but I'll try to take over and do the things. I think if my mom dies, if my dad dies, I would talk to his closest friends and like relatives and be like, how do we go about this? How do we, you know, there's no money making machine in my backyard, so I'll probably need to provide for the family. I hate my mom, but I don't want her to die of hunger. I don't want myself to die off of hunger. So yeah, if my dad dies, I'll be trying to make money and provide for the family and myself. Oh, it's been 16 minutes. We still have like a quarter. We still have 15 minutes about whatever. Now, also, if my father dies, I'll be off of slavery due to like protecting my mom, like providing for my mom, working for whatever. I'll be off of slavery. I could go there and say that my dad is dead and I have to work to make money and take care of my mother. So, like, emotions are not really up there. If my parents would die, that's pretty deep. If my dad dies, I would be thinking he tried to be a good man. He tried to be a good man. He wasn't the best dad, although he helped a lot. He helped a lot, I would tell you. A lot. He's probably better than average, but there was no love in the family. Like, I complain about that. There was no fucking love in the fucking family. It was mostly, hey, do this, do that. You shouldn't be doing this. I mean, those are helpful, but those are also painful. So, yeah. And he helped a lot of other people, like anyone in the whole family and relatives, anyone who had a problem with electricity. My dad is a, let's say, electrician. Anyone had problems in their house or devices they need to fix, my dad was there. Of course, not taking any money. He was just fixing anything was broken for everyone, and like everyone in the family says that they owe him so much, and that's a positive thing about him. And those are the things I would think about after he dies. I will also probably think about that he was very annoying at some points. About my studies mostly. Like, well, he was one of the two reasons I had to study a lot. My mom was the other one. And I hated studying so much. So much. It was a useless piece of shit. Not totally, but like, well, it was totally a useless piece of shit in the last years for me. Not for everyone, though. A few people have benefits from that. But for me, it was a fucking. I don't like it. I don't like it. It was a fucking disaster. So, yeah, those are the things that would happen if a family member of mine dies. Who else do I care about? That if they die, I would be feeling bad. There's an uncle, like it's my father's uncle, and he taught me how to swim first. And he is an alcoholic. He's doing very bad these days. I've seen his hands shaking and him coughing a lot, not being able to breathe. And if he dies, I will be pretty sad because I think the swimming pool was the one place I felt home. I'm tearing up right now. The swimming pool was the one place I felt home in this whole fucking country. And he was pretty much there most of the time that I was there. He taught me a lot of things. He gave me a lot of practices and workouts. And there was swimming races that we went together with other people in the swimming team. And with him being with us, him allowing us to have fun during the races. If he dies, I will probably feel really sad. Who else? Well, closest friends of mine, closest friend of mine is Danial, I think, at this point. If he dies, I would just I would just be silent. I think I won't speak to anyone for a fucking year. God damn it. Fuck. I probably ignore the pain if he dies. Like, being totally honest. Fuck. It would be pretty damn sad. Why would he die? Okay. Little bro. There is an Indian guy, a friend of mine. I call him Little Bro. Well, I stopped calling him Little because I thought maybe it'll affect him negatively. So, yeah. We've been distant for a while. He's going to school that they won't be able to use the smartphones there. And he's gonna go away for 2 years. We had a pretty close friendship, but I think we're not really able to maintain it. He's very bad at talking. I'll tell you that. He's so bad at talking. And it's a pain to start a conversation with him. Much like my other annoying friend. So, that's okay. There are 3 other people, that if they die, I will feel really sad, I think. Most of all, probably, these are celebrities, I think. Ellen DeGeneres. If she dies, I will feel that, like, we all have lost something really precious. The world has lost something very precious. Ellen DeGeneres. She's probably anything I would want to become. Even a fucking lesbian, to be honest. I'm a guy. I can't become a lesbian. Uh, okay. If she dies, I would feel really sad. Um, I, well, already Gab Smulders. I felt really friendly towards her, and her streams were very chill and like sitting back, spending time, and having fun. And that's what you do with your friends. Oh, I don't say the scary games she played. I'm not into scary games. I don't watch them. They affect me very negatively. So I just ignore that part. Um, there was one other person, yeah, Dax Shepard. I feel like he's the closest personality that I could find to myself. We have a lot in common, I think. And I'd feel like I just feel close to him. I wouldn't say he's the greatest guy. He's because I'm not the greatest guy in the fucking universe. But I feel we have a lot in common. Well, not I don't just feel. I know that. I know a little bit about him. It's been less than a month since I've stopped listening to Armchair Expert. You know why? I'm addicted to shows and things like that. It's been more than a month that I've stopped listening to him, but I used to do that, and he shared a lot of personal things, and I found a lot of it that I have in common with him. And yeah, that's it. Also, his wife, if she dies, a lot of people would be very, very sad. Kristen Bell is a person you want to look up to, about being kind, about being friendly, about, you know, being just a good person. You want to look up to her. And I think that's all the people I would be hurt if they die. And to be honest, there is not a lot of love going on in my life. That's kind of heartbreaking, but also it means that I can't really lose a loved one, if I don't love anyone. That's really sad. Now, I have okay, I need to finish this topic before I end this. Long ago, I was telling you, I listened to a TED Talk, and the guy was losing his dad to cancer, and his dad died right in front of him. And he was struggling to find his calling, and he went to a hospital. He volunteered to talk to people who were about to die. And this was his pain, death. Death of a loved one was the greatest pain in his life, and he embraced it. And he went talk to other people who were about to die. He asked them if they wanted to pray, like if they wanted him to pray for them. They mostly said yes, and he did. And a lot of them just died after that. And he did a good thing. He just gave some people, like there was a person who couldn't move, and he talked to that person sincerely. And I don't know if he prayed for him or not, but at the end, that person who couldn't move was in tears. And that's pretty damn deep. And through that, every time he walked out of the hospital, he felt like his feet wasn't touching the ground, and that was joy. So, through his pain, he has found his calling, which was suspiciously a chocolate factory. I don't know what that has to do with it, but yeah. Now, my story is my calling used to be love, and I have found that through helping one of my friends achieve his love, and well, his girlfriend achieve hers. So, yeah, I've found my calling through teaching other people about love, basically. And it hurt me a lot, honestly. I didn't know that at the time, but later on, I really felt like I'm lacking love in my life, and it felt so depressing. And that became my calling. And for a long time, I felt very alone, but then I read a sentence that hit me like a train, and it was like, if you are looking for a friend and you're not finding it and you feel really bad about it, what do you think people around you are feeling? Do they have the same feeling because of you? Because you're not a good friend? And that sentence was like, I don't know. Am I a good friend? So, the message of this TED Talk was help the people who are going through the same pain as you are, and you may just find your calling. And I find that pretty damn deep. I tried my best to make it short, like the last part, my story and all of that. And we got it. We are 32 minutes. We have 3 more minutes if we want to talk, but I don't want to risk it. Oh fuck, I didn't talk about my feelings. I feel bad. That's enough. I wish you a this is okay, seriously. I wish you a great day, a lot of happiness, and the best, and I wish you the best wishes. Okay. Podcast out.